Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Ghost of Antietam match for you. The first round here is Garland Stand. You're seeing an overview of that right now, followed up by our second map, which is the Colquitt's Defense. So, two kind of harder Union attacks maps, and we'll see how it goes for them. Thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. So, our teams for today, on the Confederate side, you have the 7th South Carolina, Archers Brigade, 7th Louisiana, 3rd Kentucky, 4th Texas, 20th Georgia, and the Stonewall Brigade. Whereas on the Union side, you got 5th Corps, 4th New Jersey, 3rd United States Horse Artillery, Midwest Brigade, 1st Ohio, and the 2nd United States Sharpshooters. Server pop today is 260 right now. In balance is 2 in favor of the Union side. When you look at artillery, Confederates have 13 on artillery, and Union has 3. Oh boy, that'll be interesting to see. So, frontline reporters today, on the top left side of your screen, you got Catch My Decoys from the TKO 3rd Kentucky. And then on the top right, you have Snow Cactus from the 65th Illinois. Very appreciative of both of them allowing us to get their on-field view of the battlefield. You can see what Snow Cactus is looking at as the Union team approaches the fight. And we got Decoys. Looks like he's on flag today as CSA starts to move out for their defensive position. So, speaking of that defensive position, Confederates have to spread out to start the round. Generally, as with any defensive map, you don't know where the attackers are going to go, so you got to spread yourself out and set up a whole line. And at the server pop, you can kind of start doing that. Looks like 7th LA, 3rd Kentucky with 7th Tennessee is on the left side. They're rolling one cannon down that way right now. And the rest of the CSA are holding the more traditional right side of the map. You got 7th LA, I see 4th Texas there, 20th Georgia, 1st LAB kind of in this back line. Holding out further forward, you got the Midwest Brigade, 1st Ohio, 19th Georgia, and the 1st South Carolina, or its rifles. And generally, you'll see the Union team like to push this left side here. However, they're not doing that. They're going down the other side. Generally, what you should do as Union on this map is you either hit the left or the right, but you've got to hit the extreme flank and beat them in a charge, which it's really hard to do on that left side. It's failed a lot, and that's maybe why we see the Union going on the right side here. Looks like really just 5th Corps is going this way right now with big numbers. First CSA volley gets an officer and a flag there, and the Union side is going to start sprinting. You can see it's out of bounds for them. It's out of bounds for me, so it's out of bounds for them. And the Union team looks like they are going to go down the straight fence here to the left of the corn. Corn is a little bit in bounds. Remember, they don't have a Steam chat, so they can't actively communicate what's going on here.
Bullets are not real, they don't exist.
And you can see Union overwhelming this flank. The artillery is not going to be able to get anything. And the CSA side is going to be flanked here. So, great start from Union here. They are going to be able to secure this flank pretty dominantly. And good start for them. Very good start. You got more reinforcements coming along the far side. 2nd U.S. Sharps. You have some 65th Illinois guys in the center there. And then on the back side, 1st Ohio is back there with 3rd USHA. You have some Union engaging CSA, but we'll see what CSA does. They do have that one down flag. Their main spawn located to the west-northwest of where the Union is right now. And we'll see what they do. Now, they should return to their friendlies. They should not be charging in here because they're just going to lose and be a trick turn. And Union actually on point. I don't know where they're on point, but they are.
Take a knee, you heard the man.
And a cap for Union's not the worst thing in the world here. He ran the wrong direction, but that was just a risk. Union, I like the cap here because the thing is, right, Union took the flank. That's great. How are you going to force the CSA into an engagement? You cap the point, you draw them into the open. Now, how should CSA respond? CSA should hold here-ish, because I think you can cap from all the way over here. If you want to try to charge the Union out, you can. But you can also just sit back and retake the point. Either option works. You'll take a lot more losses doing it one way. And you can see CSA starting to move down right now. Who do we got moving down right now? It is the 20th Georgia. Looks like, yeah, they're just holding on the stone wall for now, which is a good decision. Meanwhile, you got 3rd Kentucky and the 7th Tennessee who got wiped. They are starting to move towards where the Union's at. Kind of hit them from behind. How close are they going to get, though? It's going to be questionable at that. You do have some Union moving alongside the corn here to get some shots on them, but 2nd U.S. Sharps. But Union does cap the point. Union should try to keep this contested. Tickets are even, so Confederates aren't going to regain a whole lot, if any. And the Union is not even worried about the CSA sitting behind them in the woods right now.
That's a great question, actually.
So that CSA flag is still down. You have more CSA pushing along the wood side. 7th LA is rolling up to the fight now.
Stable. Stable. We got that flag is them, right?
And Union's in a pretty good spot. Again, I think CSA needs to cap the point. I don't know. Charging in works because it's going to push the Union out of the flank, which, if Union's there the whole time, it's going to be hard for CSA to really do anything effective. But they don't charge them out. They can most certainly just retake the point, which I think 20 Georgia is now moving on, and they are capping it. Union should try to keep this contested at all costs.
Not a whole lot of space, but do you think we should
Hold
like
fire, hold fire. Get that runner.
like target Stonewall? Yeah, can you
I have not seen a Union team just roll up on this flank and take it successfully for the first time.
Okay, cool. We're just back here.
And it looks like more CSA have gotten onto the point. It's still just 20 Georgia though. Maybe more Unions fallen off just because it was going in CSA's favor, but going back in the other favor very quickly. So I mean, it's just wild. I like the Union move here, you know. If CSA is going to try to contest this point, you yourself should go and contest it. I mean, CSA is kind of putting some shots on the far side, but they're not doing enough. I mean, you're going to get a couple shots off, and then what? They'll respawn in right away. So the CSA on the right, they're trying to send more guys over. I mean, 20th Georgia, maybe they just respawned in or whatever, but we got the 7th South Carolina still over here. A lot of CSA groups, tiny ones, just engaging the 4th New Jersey, which we haven't really pointed out, but
We don't get flanked.
this is great moves from Union. This is going to force CSA to charge into a good Union position, and that's what you don't want as the Confederate team. So 7th Tennessee's trying to go in by themselves. They're clearly going to win here. They outnumber the Union 10-1. I'm kidding. They're going to lose so bad. And if anything, this will just hurt the CSA. It's going to bring everybody's tickets down, which is great for Union.
Ah, shit, I couldn't hear. Get him!
So, 7th Tennessee does wipe 2nd U.S. Sharps and maybe 1st Ohio. I don't know who's necessarily there, but again, only a few of them. They're not really going to do a whole lot. If anything, it's bringing everybody's tickets down. You do have the 65th Illinois. They've pushed up to these rocks here. And, yeah, the freeze frame goes crazy. But looks like they're focus on just shooting CSA wherever they may be. So. CSA is going to have to charge this at some point. I know I mentioned the sit at point and retake it, but the problem is you're going to have to hold that the rest of the game because Union... I assume Union's just going to try to hold this position the whole game. And so you're not going to be able to retake the point that easily. And so CSA does have to charge. Again, during a counterattack, you have to be aggressive to retake that point, to knock your opponents off the point. Regardless of what it may be, you have to be aggressive. And my friends, this is not aggressive whatsoever from the CSA. If anything, it looks like a discombobulated mess. Look how spread out the CSA is. I know we have a lot of different groups, but if they want to organize a charge here to do some damage, it's going to be very hard to coordinate. Very hard. So that CSA flag is still down and they have not picked it up. Look at that. Virgil Kane, look at that. Big dubs on part of the volunteer there. So the kind of crazy thing is 4th New Jersey, and I think there's probably some more here, maybe Union Artillery. The 14th Indiana here as well with the artillery from 4th New Jersey, but I mean, they're distracting a fair amount of CSA. CSA doesn't want to lose that flank, so they're forced to have guys there, or else they just be completely flanked. Got the 1st South Carolina. It's similar to with CSA being so spread out over here. What is this doing to help you retake this point? Maybe they're trying to flank the Union on that side, but I don't know how well it'll work. 7th LA, Midwest Brigade is now pushing forward. Union pulling off the stone wall a little bit to reconsolidate. And this CSA attempt is very poor, very spread out. Again, it's hard to communicate, right? But and yeah, that charge got repelled really quickly. It's like 2nd U.S. retook the spot, 7th Tennessee being thwarted out. And we're almost halfway through this counterattack. And CSA has made no consistent big effort to try to retake the point. And this round could be over in 13 minutes. At the rate it's going, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, CSA, it looks like they're even being aggressive on the far side right now. 19th Georgia is charging out 4th New Jersey. Or at least some of them. Really, the numbers are balanced. I think a big thing is the fact that the balance is 4 here. There's 13 on CSA artillery, and we have not seen that big of an arty effect. Granted, it looks like the arty is shooting over here for CSA, which we had a shot and hit there. I don't know who hit there. Probably the CSA, though. But when you're down 17 guys on infantry, that's a big deal. That is a very big deal. And on Garland's, when it favors CSA, especially on, again, a high pop like this, where it generally favors the CSA, this is just... It's unfortunate to watch. So, both sides getting close to engage. It looks like Union's going to hit it first. However, I'm not entirely sure if that'll happen. They're very close. They're neck and neck in morale stage.
Guys, rebel artillery is a psyop. It can't hurt you.
And you got, what, Union up on the wall right now. I mean, they have some nice shots. A little blurry for them, but kind of get the idea. And then you got 3rd Kentucky still kind of doing those shots behind the barn. I mean, it's just, they can't see anything. Look at that. I mean, it's a freeze frame, but hey, that's a nice freeze frame. So, let's see what they're seeing. You have CSA movement. Artillery's starting to maybe show up for CSA, but unfortunately, those guys are going to spawn on pretty quickly. We have CSA movement back towards their spawn, but looks like 3rd USHA is getting charged out here by the 20th Georgia. And both sides about to hit engage any second. 7th LA, some of them starting to merge in with the 3rd Kentucky. I see some 19th Georgia tags. 7th Tennessee is over here as always.
See, guys, see, I never died. I never died. It's a psyop. I never died.
Okay.
All right,
Doing
Storm,
good
we'll see
here.
if you
The only
die.
problem is that cannon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Cannons aren't real.
If
Yeah,
we keep
yeah,
getting
cannon.
hit while skirmishing, we're gonna lose a lot of tickets pretty fast.
Don't worry, guys. Those
Oh,
bugs can't
that
hit
simple
anything.
fix can. He's standing up.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Yep, 10 minutes. I mean, this could be a very short first match tonight. Which, again, I won't always complain about. See a lot of long War of Arts matches. You know, it's always nice to have a short one as well. Did Storm survive? Storm survived.
Oh,
Oh, Ethan!
how'd you guys fall over? I'm fine.
And both sides being engaged at the exact same time.
See, personally, it's good being in the road, but at the same time, they do have us zeroed in. Maybe we should. You know what, Cav? You want to move a little bit of the road?
I already asked Kevin.
So you got a mix of 5th Corps regiments up here really engaging. You do have Union charging up here. The 14th Indiana charging the artillery.
Bigger man. Hey, did that cannon kill any of y'all?
And this is going to get some traction just because CSA is not really focused.
There's one to our left.
I wish 14th would maybe turn down here and hit these guys because that could relieve some pressure on friendlies, but hey, who knows. CSA, this looks like the first concentrated charge we're going to see. And I could hear someone from the Union side saying, they're coming through the corn! And that they are. And here comes the CSA flank trying, and Union responding right away.
Go, 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 charge, 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 charge. Push through. Push through. Get in there, get in there.
So,
You got a hole.
if Unions holds this, that's going to, I mean, bode well for them. Because it's going to take another few minutes for the CSA to remuster their forces and charge in there again. You have a couple guys left. Artillery hitting doesn't really impact anything, though. Union winning that pretty decisively. And that makes sense when you have more than half the CSA team not charging in. I hit my mute button by accident. I don't know if it cut off what I said, but this is big. Union's going to take a second or so to remuster up. If CSA would have charged on this side, granted, they didn't know, I guess, that CSA was charging there. It's just unfortunate.
Hey, go.
14th Indiana still kind of engaging with the 19th Georgia here.
Why did I put my band? God damn it! Push that button.
And 19th Georgia is going to clear out these guys, but again, they're not really doing anything. The 4th New Jersey and the 14th Indiana are distracting a good chunk of CSA. Numbers are kind of even over there, so is what it is. But the big part is this middle group and this group over here for CSA, they're not coordinating, or it doesn't appear that ways. So you do have some CSA movement. Is this the 20th? 20th Georgia charging out 3rd USHA. And you know, I normally don't like what 3rd USHA is doing just because they're far away from their team. And they're dying a lot. They're not doing a whole lot. However, them dying out of line is causing Union to lose more tickets. And you might think, well, that's a bad thing, right? But CSA's down by a lot of tickets compared to Union. And if the CSA retake the point, they will go up to the percentage of tickets that the Union is at. So, I don't mind it. That's a big arty shot. But I kind of don't like these guys all bunching up in the open here. I don't know if Union's trying to do a charging effort across 2 prongs, but I think Union should just be blobbed up here and keep doing what you're doing. It's working. I don't think they need to change their plan. I hear 525 somewhere.
No, it was. It's the,
I don't know where they're charging, but this is working. I don't know why the change needs to be done. Maybe they're just trying to bring everyone's tickets down. But again, if they just hold this for another 5.5 minutes, they'll win. So I don't know what to change. 525 are they charging?
All of Maryland on the star.
I know the sitting and shooting for 20 plus minutes might not be entertaining, but oh, what a flank here from 7th Tennessee and 3rd Kentucky. They're going in again. Union's moving. Why are they moving on the left? Union is snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Here we go. And Union's going to hold this again. 20th Georgia shifting back over. I don't know why Union's moving off on the left side. If their plan is to hit left, why? You're winning the game right now by just sitting here. If you hold the point for 4.5 minutes, you win. You don't need to do anything too fancy here.
No, they run up.
You got a couple CSA respawning in on flag, and why is this group pulling off? 2nd U.S. Sharps, 1st Ohio. What are we doing over here? They need to be... Union would not be losing the point right now. I think Union's trying to salvage the point on the right. And these groups on the left, why are they over there? This is actually annoying. This is very annoying. You have the game in your hands and you are losing it. This is terrible. Now they move in, but it's too late. And if Union retakes the point now, it's just going to go up to a 12-minute counterattack, really delaying what we just saw. So CSA regained up to the percentage of tickets that Union's at. And now look at Union's retaking the point right back. And if they retake it, they're going to have to hold it for 12 more minutes instead of 3 minutes. 4 minutes. That is terrible. So CSA beginning to do their efforts again on the left side right now. And some Union's starting to charge them out here.
Back off the fence! Get off the fence and load! Get off the fence! Get off the fence! Get off the fence! Load!
Hold the boys off the fence and put a fire! Keep shooting these Yankees!
Load their face! Stay off the fence!
And this is just frustrating. I really hope Union knocks CSA down to taking losses before they cap.
Is that Super Base 8 Connecticut?
Two flags out last.
Get your loads, Maryland, check ready.
Get your loads, gentlemen.
Load and hold.
Holy shit. Look at all that movement right there.
Where's Woody?
So CSA is starting to move further and further on their flank. They're probably going to cap before they hit taking losses. 3rd Kentucky here. Getting some nice flanking shots on them.
Right here, keep shooting in their flank.
Get him, boys, get him!
Oh, maybe we should regroup with our boys.
Now we have a 12-minute counterattack. This is... Union could have won the match by now. But that's a shame. That's really a shame. You can't get... I don't know. Union's still probably going to win this game, but... delaying it for what purpose? 3rd Kentucky, 20th Georgia, 7th South Carolina, a mix of groups really on the straight fence, getting some nice flanking shots down the Union line right now. The rest of those Union groups, looks like they, where'd they go? Did they charge in here and die? Looks like they did.
That came out. No! Don't shoot at me! What are you doing?
I mean, Union's starting to overwhelm the left flank of the CSA. But What?
Oh no.
Johnny's down.
So, almost 10 minutes on that gold timer until this round will maybe be over. I mean, Union's keeping... These engagements out here for Union are going to be great. Just a lot of tickets down. I mean, Union's attacking. That's why I'm just focusing on them so much. You know, it's pretty generic from a CSA perspective, you know, just defend the point. But Union charging, wanting to bring everybody's tickets down. I wouldn't necessarily mind Union losing the point here and then retaking it, because that would just lower that gold timer by a couple minutes. Again, this is just... Union had taken losses. Confederates are on point, 20th Georgia. I presume they've just been there the whole game. But Union's going to win this charge. We'll see if Union tries to save the point cap or if they'll just let it go. Doesn't really matter. As long as Union holds this side of the map, they're going to have firm control. CSA does have a 1 down flag, which is pretty big.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. You better be sorry.
What are they doing?
You was a rebel.
Some 65th Illinois guys doing some skirmishing. And the CSA is about to retake the point. We're going to see if... I mean, Union could just sit and shoot this out. They've got 35.5 minutes to do whatever they want.
They're behind us. They're behind us in the corn. They're behind us in the corn. They're behind us in the corn.
Are they going to get the flag? No. Pretty sure they'll be able to see that that flag is there unless they want to remain hidden, but Union knows they're there. So Union now retaking the point back. Confederates don't retake, so... I mean, the nice part for CSA, at least engagement, ticket-wise, rather, is they have a lot of cover here. The shade really covers you. Makes it very hard to see you.
The other left.
So 8 minutes now on that gold timer.
Sub squad. You guys ready?
Where did that artillery shot go? Oh, actually, that was a perfect fuse time. Never mind. That looked way worse from the first POV than what I thought. I mean, artillery on Garland's is okay. It's not great, though. Okay, let's see how this shot goes. Where did that go? Maybe it was canister, but I didn't see anything. CSA's retaking.
Okay, load and hold second, load and hold. Load and hold first. Second at the sprint,
And so CSA is going to go back up to a high, taking losses. And
turn
oh
around.
my goodness.
Get back on the rocks. Back on the rocks.
Was the point of that? I don't know. If they did that charge, if they wanted to do that charge during the counterattack, they did it way too late. These groups are coming in very late for everything. And Union's retaking that point back right away. They're not charging. I like it. They're like, we have the ground. Let's just hold and force them to come to us, if anything.
Dogs, take an aim that same place, southwest dogs. Rise. Aim low, aim for their peckers, you can't help but hit them. Fuck. 14th Indiana said, check the ready dogs.
And CSA not really putting up a big effort on the Union's right. I mean, you do have some regiments shooting and engaging from the wood line, but we haven't really seen CSA do anything to like get Union off the flank. And again, me mentioning at the beginning that they could just sit and play this game, or they could try to push them off. Clearly, they needed to push them off. It's almost like Burnside's bridge, for example. If the Union gets across the bridge, you got to charge them out.
Yes, we are. Oh, okay. All right.
And direct north.
You have plenty of targets. If we start getting charged out.
We got more CSA starting to go around side, and Union cap the point again. 7 minutes now on that timer. This match could have been done so long ago.
Take aim! Pick the target, take aim! Steady!
Just about to do the same thing.
Fire!
Pull it back. Behind the road.
See, the unfortunate part with the shootouts of a counterattack is that as the defenders, your goal is to get to the black timer to 0. As you can see, the black timer ain't ticking, so you got to be aggressive. I know it's hard, especially in an event with no Steam chat, to communicate a charge, especially when your team is as spread out as this. But the only way CSA is going to be able to actually contest this point and thwart the Union off is by charging as one big team. Especially because Union is kind of scattered, not to the same degree that the CSA is, but they still kind of are.
But they are trying to get around it. Like,
CSA is going to try this another time. 6 minutes on that gold timer.
What's up, interview? You keep that flag flying, bro. Look at him.
Should we go tell the main line? Chris, go run in there. Go run in there.
Melee mode.
Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming.
And again, they can't really see anything running through the corn right here. They don't have the nice vision like us, so. See, this is the biggest ever. 20th Georgia's over here as well. I see 4th Texas, so bigger numbers from CSA as they try to push on the flank. So this is the best charge we've probably seen from the CSA at this point. That's a little jump scare for you. Union responds accordingly as the CSA is charging in here. And Union wins that pretty decisively. I mean, they just formed a wall and the CSA could not penetrate. So, looks like they're going to go back to holding it again. You have a couple CSA that stayed back. Got a couple CSA that actually made it up here, but they're just going to die. You missed one. Minnesota, you missed one.
No. That is.
Hey, where you going? Hey, where you going?
you see there is a flag south-southwest.
Get wrecked, rebel.
So Union continue to do the center effort here. 4 minutes on the clock again, guys. 4 minutes. That was an RD team kill on part of CSA. Nice shot.
Up on the fucking wall. Do not lose this spot.
Do not lose this position.
And so they're just keeping up the engagements. 4 minutes on the clock. Can the Union actually hold it to 0 now?
Merlin, you're rambling. Get back.
Let's get back here, man.
Merlin.
Come up on the right side.
You do have the Union forces on the left side. Flanking around as well.
March.
As we charge them and they think we're Confederates, right?
Union's behind us. They're behind us.
And the Union has full control of the map right now. I mean, it looks like they're gathering up to do another charge on the right, but it probably won't work. But hey, you do it. You play the match for a reason. Anything can happen.
Shoot him dead, boy.
So, Union trying to make an effort through the woods right now. If anything, this is just bringing everybody's tickets down. As long as they don't lose that flag, which they probably will. Will they? Yeah, they should.
Watch out. Back to Washington.
They're very spread out, dying out of line. This is a piss poor charge from Union, but I can't complain. It's going to bring the Union tickets down. Which, if CSA somehow retake this point, you don't want CSA regaining as many tickets as possible. But there's no way Union's going to lose this. There's no way they're going to lose the cap for the 3rd time in a row. No way.
Celtic, can you please fall to the right side, please, sir?
Almost 2 minutes. CSA only hits breaking. That doesn't really matter for anything. CSA is still not congealing. They're still spreading out. Obviously, a lot more going towards the center. You see 20th Georgia and maybe a group or 2 out there as well, but most are going for the center right now.
Alright, hold right here, Tennessee, hold here, wait for Josh.
And
Gentlemen,
CSA
we have to push them off. We gotta push them off the point in order to cap it.
should have done that at the beginning, but anyways, I'm glad it's being thought of now. They had to. The charges were fine by CSA. They just didn't have the numbers. Who knows if they would have won if they had full numbers, but that's really besides the point. You have some CSA moving down through the corn, but it looks like the left side, Midwest Brigade's not going over. Got 4th Texas here now. And they're trying to charge in, but very spread out down the stone wall. But you got a group moving out. This is, I don't think this is on purpose. A minute left. Points going back in CSA's favor.
Hold the wall. Make sure you're capturing.
Make sure it says capturing at the bottom right.
So Union is going to try to hold here against the CSA, who is sending. I don't know. CSA. Some are holding, some are charging. Union charging on the left side as well. So. If CSA win this, they could win the game still. They're going to go up some tickets, and Union won't have their flags. Which, this is going to be tight. Union have 2 flags up down here, but CSA numbers are prevailing right now. But 2 Union flags down. Fruit, what are you doing? You're rolling the wrong way, brother.
Boys. Make sure you're defending.
Oh.
Get this fucking guy.
Wow. Blue-eyed devil, you gotta run to the right. Is he out of stamina? Oh. He's quick. Nope, he's double clicking. Union. Oh. 14th Indiana's not pushing up. So they need to run the flags out. I don't know why there's. I mean, CSA should collapse on this any second. They're gonna retake the point. No way. Wow, the CSA needs to push them off. They once they retake this point, they need to charge these flags out or shoot them down. They should probably charge them out.
Let's go,
Good
let's
job,
go.
boys.
Triple
Good job,
quick,
boys.
triple quick, triple quick.
Yankees right, Yankees right, Yankees right.
CSA is getting distracted by Union Group. 4th New Jersey. Some 14th Indiana guys are getting charged out by the first LAD here. And Union now pulling out at CSA, charged down at them, which was a good decision on CSA's part. CSA could still win this game, which they should not have. They have done nothing to deserve this game. But that's why you play the matches, right? You know? Union's played a very good match so far. They have just made... they made that one big decision of half the team pulling off the point and let CSA retake when Union had a great defensive position on the right side. And now we're going to see if Union can break through the CSA lines. It's going to be a lot harder because CSA, because they're at breaking, they're going to be much more concentrated here. So if Union wants to push up this side, it's going to be a lot harder to do that. So if anything, they should go left. I mean, they have their flags, but I think they need to gun it on the left side of the map right now, which it looks like the Union's heading that way right now. But they don't have flags. 20th Georgia. and some other tiny guys from other edges there engaging with 4th New Jersey.
Run, you cowards!
But Union, you know, Union's still making good plays here. I appreciate this push from Union. They're keeping aggressive. CSA, not really as spread out as they have been, but they're still kind of. And Union's going to roll up here and start engaging on the point, which is good for them. They just can't, well, kind of, they're going that a little far here, but the whole Union team, they got, looks like, with their flags, yeah, it looks like either their flags are back there to the northeast, east, or they're up here, which Union should hit CSA in the last stand within this charge or the next. One CSA flag down. CSA countercharging in here now.
On the cannons, on the cannons, on the cannons. Keep going, boys.
Everything is great.
Let's get on the
Point
outside.
still in CSA's favor. Zooming out, they definitely have the numbers advantage here. It's also trying to get the flag out. Union still have a flag. CSA has to charge the Union out here. You can't let them linger. That is the biggest lesson of this round, is you cannot let the attacking team linger on your defensive line. And Union needs to start getting these flags out. Although, the thing is, CSA is not charging the Union out. They're charging on the right side. You can see them going off on the top of your screen, but they're hitting some stragglers. They'll be able to surround these guys, but they got to push them out before they knock everybody down. I mean, the thing is with Garland's stand is it can be very easy for CSA to hold the line, but you can't let the Union linger. I just keep beating myself, but you know, it's a really important thing. Union's got to get these flags out right now. Finn's got to run out there. You got Finn, why are you turning around? If you are a flag bearer running from a fight, just keep running until the friendly tells you to be safe. Every time you sit and turn around, when you second guess yourself to try to see if friendlies have won, most of the time you die. Like 99% of the time you die by hesitating. Sure, you might die when you're running away, but I would always recommend to keep running until you reach friendlies. So, Union all respawning now at main. Union down on tickets, only by a little bit. And we'll see where Union hits. They have 2 down flags this time, unlike the previous charge, which I think they had all 4 flags at least up somewhere, maybe not near the fight. But Union has to, as one big group, charge in. They can't be spreading out. Similar to what we saw with the first charge, you got to blob up and hit the extreme flank of the defending team and just outflank them.
Are we the only ones left? Is it the Rapture?
I mean, that just seems like general sense, especially with these the numbers that we have and the map size. You just got to hit the extreme flank and outflank them. Generally, that's what you do as the attackers. You can't really bonsai charge across an open field. They tried that on July 3rd, 1863. It didn't work out so well. But, I mean, even War of Rights, if you try to charge across an open field, you're going to get slaughtered.
From the cannon to the tree.
Yep, that's
I mean, for the distances of fighting in this game, the guns are pretty dang accurate. Especially the fighting, especially on Garland's stand. You usually don't see further range shooting occur. If anything, the bullets rise at these short distances. I don't remember the specifics. I just remember at short ranges, bullets rise a little bit. It's interesting. So, CSA could somehow win this game. If I were Union, you have 27 minutes. This is going to be boring. But wait for the flags to despawn and then go in. But we'll see what they do. 14th Indiana is going off to the left side of our screen, the Union right. And it looks like Union's not going to wait. Granted, Union could just hit that corner, pick up the flags, and they'll have them again. But They might get pinchered based on where CSA is. They are running around. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on here.
There's a cannon pointing at us.
Looks like they're trying to hit the extreme flank. At least 8th Connecticut is. I like it.
Okay, wait here, boys.
Hold it, hold it.
19th Georgia, what are you doing? They better shoot and fall back. Okay, you just made up for that. That was funny looks. No, it's just, you have a ticket lead at CSA, you don't want to throw it away. You really don't want to throw it away. That's just my biggest concern with that move here. So Union's going down for a shootout. You have a lot of CSA on this side, which is good for Union as they're all pushing down left side. Oh, no. What is this? They're trying to save the flags.
Just go.
It's very risky, though, just with the out of lines. They're not taking as many casualties as... Okay, no, they are. It's a lot of missed shots, but it's not easy to shoot in the game. So,
Don't spread out too much if you're out of line.
Union starting to inch their way down the left side right now. You got 8th Connecticut at the extreme Union left, 2nd U.S. Sharps right to their right. And look at that ticket imbalance.
It's pretty heavy up there.
Nah. Yeah.
The flag has arrived.
I'm a flag ninja. You're welcome.
This is a war of rights match, that's for sure.
I take thanks and kisses on the cheek.
Fly past me.
Oh, thank you.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. We are here.
Use your gun. Confidence.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, except for those...
You got more Union pushing up kind of through the side here. But I mean, this shootout, it's generally a 1-to-1 trade. Both sides are going to... Union's going to hit final push, and then they're going to charge in. And maybe it's CSA in the last stand at the end of the charge, and then Union's going to be in a scramble at that point. This is really looking like CSA is going to somehow win this match.
They have earned this.
1840.
Shut up, Chili. God damn it.
I am giving motivation.
I don't think that's motivation. I think that's your ideology right there.
Just aim at the smoke, straight
I'm
east.
saying fuck the Union like the Germans getting fucked by the Canadians. That's not an ideology, that's just motivation.
God damn it, I'm seeing people die on the right. Oh, come on. I swear to God, if it gives them 4 minutes, I'm gonna be pissed.
Union any second now, we'll have final push.
Tons. Draw a line.
I said for the future.
And nothing bad ever happened to the Kennedys.
On the star, Ace.
Let's go. Eighth on the star. Break your reloads. Eighth on the star.
Looks like they're maybe just going to go straight for the center, which is... I mean, look how spread out the Union is now. If Union's going to try to do some kind of charge, it ain't going to be organized. Looks like they're mass shifting right, though, from the left side.
Alright, so, let's see here. Everybody else go with the main line. Harold.
Can we hear anything?
Let's do it, baby.
Let's go find some.
They know it's coming now. We gotta move. Let's sprint. We're gonna be in final push really soon. Let's sprint.
Join us in pushing right. Join us in pushing right. Join
Well,
us in pushing right.
how many of the Unions going right? You got a large chunk. Actually, most of the teams going right. You could see CSA. Are they going to react, though? I mean, similar to the start of a match, CSA line is very spread out, but can Union win the match? I mean, who's... You don't... If the whole Union team doesn't move out, I'm going to call you out if you're sitting there not doing anything.
Not dealing with
Why is First Ohio over here? I mean, I guess they're maybe keeping CSA distracted. They're keeping a lot of CSA distracted, so it's not bad, but every number matters, and here comes the Union breaking through. They're going to try anyways. Oh, this gunshot's going to be great.
Get rid of the sponge, I got another case.
Please hit the shot. There better be canister.
Nice, alright. Sponge
That should have been canister.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
That would have been so cool. Regardless, though, knocked over a couple.
I'm running.
Run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back.
Oh, that poor guy with the shell.
Deny the tickets.
Go left, go left.
And those guys kind of charged a little late. A couple out of lines, and Union throwing a little Hail Mary. That's what they have to do. Final push for Union. 4 minutes left.
Take a step off the fence. Take a step off the fence.
Don't kill friendlies. Please don't kill friendlies. Please don't kill friendlies.
4 minutes left. Union's going to force CSA in the last stand. And CSA is charging out. Union just won the game.
Illiterate cunts.
I'm pretty sure they won the game. Very sure they've won the game. CSA hitting last stand.
Last stand once they die.
Race on the line. Get up here. Get up here. On the line. Hold it.
Flags for rear, everybody.
And points going in their favor. You got the last wave of CSA respawns, but they're not going to have bayonets and reloads. Union having all their flags are going to respawn here. CSA starting to collapse from the top side, but it is Joe over for them. It is Joe over.
It looks like, I don't know, lingerie or something.
Our lacy and seductive flag.
I mean, CSA's best bet is just maybe keep up the shots. Wow. You got a couple CS guys shooting from behind, but Union's going to keep the spawn rate up. CSA is going to have to try to charge this out, but unfortunately is not going to really matter in the end, unless they somehow win the charge, but even then they're going to have no guys left. Union's going to have plenty of time to run from main over here. CSA is winning the point back, but Union's holding the ground. If you ever wanted to know what it's like to, be dead in last stand, you can just spectate, fly around your different friendlies. But what a win from the Union side here today! What a win! I don't know what they're saying down there, but you can at least hear what the front line reporters hear.
That guy got away with rapidly.
Counter charge. Counter charge. Counter charge.
Oh, yeah, right. Up and over it.
Hey, die, Rebel, die, die. No. Get off my fence. Get off my fence. This is my fence.
Union somehow get victory. Somehow. And Union is able to not grab defeat from the jaws of victory. This round is 54 minutes. That is an insanely long round. If the Union side would have held that point at the beginning for 4 more minutes, I think they would have just outright run there, and the last 30 minutes would not have happened. And CSC somehow almost won the game, despite the complete domination from Union. But, you know, a win is a win. It doesn't matter how you get it, but all that matters is that you get it. So, well done to Union. I mean, those casualties are going to be high. I mean, that's what you get when you almost play an hour-long War of Rights match. I mean, that's just insane. But besides that, we will see you all for round number 2 very shortly. Alrighty, here we are with round number 2. Look at that server count. Still 255, around that, maybe a little less. But big numbers for this map is artillery. Confederates having 15. Union having 9. Imbalance is 3 initially in favor of the Union side when you consider artillery into the mix. That is a 9 infantry man imbalance, which not as extreme as last round, but it's still a lot. So you have the Confederate artillery located on top of the hill, probably one of the best positions to be in the game, just because I mean, you can't complain with that view. I just got goosebumps looking at it. And then you have the Union side. Their artillery is located up there. It's an okay view. It's still a great view, but compared to the CSA artillery, you can't really compare. I mean, might as well look at it while the Union team moves out. I mean, you just don't see the sun, which the sun kind of makes it cool. But, I mean, if you have the sun rising behind, that would be pretty cool. So, Union plan is either to push down the road and go up the right side, maybe push up the artillery, or the more traditional move, which is what the Union's doing now, is hitting this left side. So generally, Union will push up through the wood line, try to completely take the woods, and then maybe push up the CSA artillery. It can be a slugfest in here. You do see CSA sometimes pushing down to the bottom side here and defending the wood line, which can work very, very well. I've seen it work well many times. Obviously, it comes with a risk, though. If you lose a charge in that position, that can just be devastating for your team. So, Union for now just sitting and shooting up the hill, and I'm kind of surprised they're not pushing deeper into the woods. Just to kind of keep up the engagement. You do have the 19th and 7th LA pushing up right now.
Reload on cover. You're the man. Get up the independent boys.
So we shall see what happens with the battle. Union looks like they're starting to inch their way up the woods. 7th LA just got to be wary of the predicament that they're in. Because if Union charges, they could be extremely outnumbered. I mean, 19th Georgia up here as well, Midwest Brigade. You got the 1st LAB behind. Further back, 3rd Kentucky's rolling up right now, and then kind of holding further back on the top. You got the 20th, the 4th Texas. You got the 5th LAB up here engaging with, I think the 65th Illinois is up here, and 1st Ohio as well. I mean, you got Snow Cactus. They're making their way to harass the artillery. So they're moving that way right now.
I like this rock.
Me too.
They can't kill me. They can't hit anything.
And the pace of this map is going to be controlled by how aggressive Union wants to be going up the woods.
They can't hit shit.
No, Jack, no, Jack.
Hopefully Union does kind of keep this pressure up.
No, it won't be. I'll shoot up your shoulder.
See a plot armor.
Once reloaded, dress left dress.
They have plot armor, yeah.
Yeah, I know, yeah, of course.
Demons, you don't have plot armor, like, you can't do it.
I know I don't, because I'm off.
You actually have some CSA out the backside for South Carolina. It's an interesting idea. They get charged out. That's free 15 tickets for the Union side. So Union just concerned with kind of conserving tickets for now. You have more CSA shifting up to a position to get some shots. The 1st LAB is going that way right now. And you do have some Union shifting up the top. Shifting upward anyways, going down the right. The 8th Connecticut Cavalry doing that. Looks like Union didn't do anything up top, so rip them.
Please.
And so the billion-dollar question is, when is Union gonna go up the hill and charge? When will they do it? A shootout cannot work on the higher pop servers. It cannot.
Get the 4-3 group behind that down line, direct south. Forward, ceasefire, ceasefire.
I'm not afraid.
About face.
I'm not afraid of you.
Sergeant Delaware will be the guide. Follow behind Sergeant Delaware.
I'm not afraid.
Quick step forward. March. Guide to the...
Because shooting is great and all, and it's great to spend some time to figure out a plan It's a great opportunity to reform your line, but in terms of gaining ground or dealing significant damage, it's not really going to do a whole lot. You have some 8th Connecticut guys capping the point, and this might be another long round. This could be. Yeah, no shot.
Just stay capturing. Stay good and cover.
So Union's going to cap this point. CSA can very easily retake this, unlike last time. Like last round anyways. And you got 20th Georgia moving down the hill again. It looks like they will be the ones to kind of hold on the point. I don't think these rocks are on point, but it looks like they're going to the woods, if anything. And 8th Connecticut Cav pulls off the point. So Union again in for the long haul on this map.
I like these rocks.
Still return 5.
Fourth is in reserve behind the work. You guys need a breather to regroup. We'll swap position.
Copy that. Right now we're holding strong. I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that. Union's pushing up.
Connecticut's moving up on the west.
And it looks like now they decide to charge. I wish they would have done this before the cap. I don't think it's necessary to do it during a cap, but maybe the cap distracts CSA a little bit so you can charge a little more effectively. Looks like 8th Connecticut's starting to do some damage. More Union rolling up right now, and with how spread out the CSA is, this is going to be a great ticket drain on part of CSA, which is kind of the concern with capping, because once CSA retakes, they'll be able to go up to the percentage of tickets that the Union is at. And although the tickets are even, if Union keeps the momentum going, this could be good. 19th Georgia charging in here. Lucky that Union pulled out when they did, or else it would be wiped. Not even the whole Union went in.
Back to the rock.
And Union pulling back right away. So CSA, you just gotta retake that point. You do have some Union on the side. 14th Indiana and 8th Connecticut Cav. They're charging in. CSA is retaking the point.
Let's go, Kentucky! Let's go! Kill him right here! Got that guy. You're dead.
I'm still at this rock.
Kentucky doing a little wiping there, as they say. And they're trying to push down the hill. Let's see who is retaking the point. 20th Georgia is, and they're engaging the Union on the far side there. Wrong button. See them up top there. And so, Union, for a split second, it looked like CSA wasn't going to retake. What is that laugh? Anyways, I must say something. Union down on tickets, so CSA actually didn't regain any. And that's just because it was a half charge by Union. They half went up. I mean, some Union groups went up there. It looks like 8th Connecticut Cav and 14th Indiana. It looked like it wasn't too successful, so if anything, just losing tickets on that. They're not down by a whole lot, but you gotta charge in as a team. We saw it last round. Where is it this round? Nobody knows. It's an unfortunate thing. Haven't really seen much of artillery, but you don't really see much of artillery when just fighting in the woods. Like, you got a kill there. Congrats, CSA artillery. But who is doing this for CSA? If the Union's not going to be aggressive with you, why? Okay, this is not that bad. It was deception. They deceived me. I thought they were going straight towards them, but no, they're smart. Adam of 20th Georgia, he knows what's up. Although they are kind of putting themselves in a... They have some cover, right? But they're kind of more exposed, if anything, compared to the cover of the woods and the shade of the woods, which is the big thing. So Union now pushing up again, charging up again. I like this a lot. I like it a lot.
Right here, cut him off.
They're charging. They're charging.
Eccleton, my balls in. My balls in.
They're here. They're here.
Hey, Connecticut, look west!
And so, Union winning on the rocks. 7th Tennessee is pushing up the flanks. A lot of Union holding back, which I don't know why. Do they not want to lose the forest line? I mean, CSA at the beginning of the round was not very aggressive in their position. They didn't want that edge of the forest line, so I don't think you need to be worried as much in terms of losing it. But at least they're not falling back. They're holding the rocks to keep up that aggression. Tickets still in CSA's favor, only by a little bit though, and they're charging 20th out. This is going to be a great wipe from Union.
Go around.
Make him bleed. Make him bleed.
And Jumbo has the flag. Is he going to get out? He might get out of this. Never mind. What a shot.
Hey, you're too poor, Jumbo.
Good wipe there from the 14th and 4th.
Coast is up. Please go on.
Actually, down CSA flag up there right now. So, 3rd Kentucky's kind of moving around the side right now, alongside the 7th. Whoa, CSA's charging in here. Very risky. 1st LAB charged in with the Midwest Brigade, 19th Georgia, and 4th Texas. And Union's going to hold that. Why? Why would you charge in there? I don't know. I mean, I guess CSA wants to keep the Union down at the bottom side of the woods, which is a justification for a charge here, but 7th LA is now charging in. They're all by themselves. They charged in, unfortunately, too late. But can they finish off Union? They might. Wow, they do. So, CSA do that, but they lost a fair amount of tickets. Tickets are slightly in Union's favor, maybe tied.
Holy shit, this is a fucking cinematic ass scene, dude. Look at all of us, dude.
Look at all of us. Man, I can get a nice... I will take a photo right now and send it to you.
Hey, Cav,
I'll take a couple photos and send them to you.
I'm shooting you, whatever. I'm shooting you. I'll let you know if I want to die. I'll let you know.
I mean, that's the cool part about World Rights.
I think so. Why?
If you want cinematic, you will get cinematic. I mean, outside of all the UI on my screen, I mean, if I, again, go to this view, I mean, this is what it looks like normally. Just imagine the timer's not there, because I always have that set on, but very cinematic game. Looks great. One of the best games I've ever seen. And
we want to recap. Hey, you guys ever watch?
Really made me appreciate it. So, I heard someone say, should we recap? The point just went up in Union's favor a little bit, but now it's back even. 15 minutes of the round so far. Both sides almost down to engaged.
Oh yeah.
But Union actually has a... Did they have another regiment roll up here? Well, you got the 3rd USHA. Artillery is pounding, knocking over a lot of guys. Maybe you got a kill or two. You got the 65th and 2nd U.S. Sharps up here. And it looks like they're just going to go up and harass the CSA artillery. Which, they're going to get some good out of lines. We'll see how they do. We'll kind of stay over here because unless we see a charge, really, nothing too crazy is happening on that side. Hey, you just got to keep going in here. They're going to keep going. A lot knocked down.
Get up,
but...
gentlemen.
I made it to the rocks. Holy shit.
Continue to spread it out. They're gonna shred us with that cannon.
Falcon, you're gonna die.
So, explain this. Union guy dies that's at the corner of that rock, but these guys that were over here did not die. Nice artillery shot, point blank. Yeah.
Bye, Virginia.
Kill as many as you can.
Bye, Virginia.
And the artillery privates, they do have swords. So they're at least going to be able to have a little bit of a chance here, but it's just going to be hard with the guys with shots. CSA the first to go down to engage, so Union is ahead. That flag bearer got a...
Yankees retreat.
What's the flag bearer doing?
Yankees retreat.
Gotta keep spawning goods. Union hits engage.
I got a bayonet, bitch, come here.
You know, Union's going to win that. That's going to be a nice ticket feed for Union. Obviously, Union losing some tickets too, but, you know, it's always going to favor the attacking team to have those out-of-line engagements. So, Union moving on point again. 8th Connecticut Calf. Moving into cap again. So, Union's plan is fairly simple. We are going to sit and shoot you down to breaking last stand, and we are just going to cap the point and stop the timer. So that we have as long as we want to do this. So, I think the CSA strategy right now is perfectly fine. They need to have some guys contesting this cap point, though, because as long as they keep that point, or as long as they keep the timer ticking down, that's what they need to do. Like, 20th Georgia here. Just go sit on the point the whole game. You might get hit by Union artillery, but you have a flag. You can spawn the guys right back in. No worries. Anything. I mean, the rate of tickets for CSA is pretty good for defenders. So, 8th Connecticut. Let's see what they do. It looks like they're trying to hold on to the point, but 20th Georgia, just sit on the point the rest of the game. Keep that flag timer going. It's going to make Union desperate, and Union's going to charge. I think Union should be doing that anyways, but they have a good plan. They want to shoot it out, and so they are doing exactly what they need to do to make sure they can make that happen. And it's a good strategy. Might not be the type of attack that I like personally, because I'm big in the charging, but you know, this is just as valid of a strategy. It just takes a little bit longer than anything else. 20 Georgia's not on the point. They need to be on the other side of the stone wall. So, what are they doing there?
Right side's not.
Right face, double quick forward march.
Right face, double quick forward.
Right face, double quick forward.
Turn hall. Hall, left face.
Hall and hall.
Left face.
Left face.
Right at the tree, under the tree.
Just have to expose ourselves.
Yeah, I suspect the whole line of Yankees coming from the north pretty soon.
Certified meat shield.
Yeah, I see them up there. I think they're just camping there.
So 20th Georgia now on the point, going to be causing that decap. You do see some more Unions shifting over to that way right now. And it's going to be close if they can contest it or not. I mean, you have some Union coming up the side. And Union's fully in force up there, so they just stopped Confederate artillery. A couple more CSA guys moving onto the point here. 5th Alabama is. And this is your CSA game plan. The problem with Union capping like this, though, is that if they have any ticket lead, they're going to lose it. Like, CSA is going to go back up to a high engaged in about 15 seconds. Hey, good Union artillery shot. Hit a nice shot there, but again, they didn't kill a whole lot. They're going to get that flag up, and those 1-2 guys that just died, they're going to get right back in. So, a little unfortunate. Union charging. This is a big thing to miss. Right as CSA is going back out to the point, too.
Hold on the rock. Fall in on the rock. Recover arms.
Looks like most of the Union team is shifting up a lot more than we saw earlier, or same amount if anything. Looks like 8th Connecticut charged over here and died, or at least a few guys did. Point recapped by CSA. They regained some tickets. And will Union actually hold this forward spot and be aggressive in charge, or are they going to fall back? And another question is, CSA going to try to charge this out, because they did it earlier.
Yeah. Ronald, can you guys watch the left side so we can keep our guys together? Oop, nice catch.
I mean, you still got a lot of Unions sitting back here.
No, it's okay. I'm just gonna
getting shots. But Union is going to cap the point again.
It is. Yeah.
Hey, Ronald gave me the green light just to fucking cap it again.
I really want to look what my longest broadcast is, because this might be my longest broadcast. I might pull that up on the side right now and look while the shooting happens here. You do.
Open
this up.
Would you like me to rejoin you? Right side now.
And I don't know if there's a way for me to see what my longest broadcast is.
Pop out onto that line, get your shots back.
We're covering the right. Left side of the rock. Plenty of targets on our right.
Don't go past that line. There's so many boys. Keep that fire up. Take your targets.
Hey, do we have guys?
They're moving right.
CSA is shifting left. What the heck?
Yeah, they're coming down, coming down.
No, it looks like they're just trying to get some flanking shots. The first LAB is get some nice shots. And the guys in the rocks, I mean, they still have great cover, but not really a whole thing.
Just spend more time at the range, boys. Oh shit, biscuits, run!
And the Union's charging this up right now. I mean, this is a nice little charge here from Union. The Confederates are keeping the point contested so that the black timer keeps going. 20th Georgia running back out. I think 20th Georgia is just hiding for the sake of avoiding the artillery. And I think the 5th, no, it's 4th Texas with them this time. So are they charging? What? I mean, they don't have a flag out here, so I guess I can understand the logic behind all of this.
We're not gonna peek out, you peek out. You can't see me. No?
Actually,
there's no one here.
I wonder. So Union pulled back completely on the far side there. I'm looking through some of the videos right now. I mean, I think the longest broadcast that I can find in a brief search here is an hour and 25 minutes. And obviously some of the videos were longer than that because we had the post-game interviews, but we're at an hour 15 right now. 20 Georgia's charging out the few guys who are here. And so the CSA still very spread out, and Union just content on sitting and shooting. And I like that CSA is starting to contest the point more. Although CSA's fell to half a morale stage in 3 minutes. They are up on tickets, but with Union's strategy, it's not really that big of a deal. Actually, yeah. So Union is content with just running up and shooting. I'm gonna run up, cap the point, stop that timer, and just continue this. And then eventually, once they hit break, see, actually, I don't know if this is gonna work for you. No, because here's the thing, right? So Union is aggressively trying to capture the point. Eventually, both sides will hit breaking. At that point, I reckon CSA is gonna fall up here because that's just a great defensive position for them. And so, at that point, Union could just take the woods and flank them. So, I mean, Union's still in a great spot. But Union trying to cap this point similar to last round. And, I mean, the CSA already is basically neutralized. You do have 19th Georgia up here engaging with the few Union groups up there. But Union with that flag respawn, it's going to be hard to knock them out unless they charge. So, we'll see if Union caps here or not. And then we'll see how CSA responds. I mean, a lot of these Union guys are not on point right. If they're on the left side, you're not capping. But unless those guys are capping down there, which they might be, because the point of contentions on this game are very weird. Unless the devs switched it to this side, which you never know. They do a little update and the boundary changes, but they haven't done an update in a few months. Their next update's got to be the autumn update. They wanted to do an update for the Antietam anniversary, but due to the DDoS attacks, they weren't able to do that, unfortunately. This is a interesting map of Colquitt's. Very interesting. And I mean, with Confederates not really being able to use their guns, oh, you have Midwest Brigade, they're charging out, but they're not going to win this. There's about 8 of them versus a lot of Union guys, and so this is just going to drop CSA tickets, but doesn't matter, they're still engaged. Union cap, 12 minutes on the counterattack. The artillery guy is now charging down.
My fault.
I'd love to shoot him.
Hey, press T, press T.
What are you doing?
Enemy artillery.
And Union's going to win that as well. And now the CSA, it's like a little wave defense, you know. Third wave for CSA, which it's only 4 guys, because is that a Union flag? What is the Union flag doing there? But Union hold that. We'll see how CSA responds. I think this will be interesting. There's no... I mean, your best bet is to probably go down the road and just cap on top of the hill here. Because if you hold in the open field here, Union's going to just slaughter you. Especially just because you don't have the reinforcements of your artillery on the top of the hill. I don't know if the infantry in the woods knows that their artillery is neutralized, but they will find out at some point. Whether it be now, in 5 minutes, or when I post this video.
On the Rock McCaskey, I'm about to blast him.
Which one? The one anyways, Alright.
And so we're getting there. CSA starting to move, some of them are, but similar to last round, look how far CSA is spread out here. It's going to be very hard for them to effectively retake this point with a good chunk of the Union team and more coming to hold on or near that point. Both sides about to take losses. That ticket gap is going back in Union's favor. Especially with these charges up here. Which, where is... Did that Union flag run down there and die? Where'd it go? Did it despawn? Well, at least Finn's trying to roll the cannon away, but... This is a confusing match of war rights.
Hello, buddy. Seems you're on the wrong line. Seems you're.
What was that? So 19th Georgia shifting down. I don't know if that's on point for Confederates. I don't think it is. You have some Confederates starting to move out of the wood line right now. 20th Georgia going that way. Maybe they're going to try to hold on these rocks, but they could get pincered by Union. 9 minutes left on the gold timer. Should just have this whole thing be a podcast. Just start ranting about whatever. These are nice, very peaceful matches here. 20th Georgia taking the rocks though. 9 minutes on that gold timer. The thing is, a lot of these Union guys aren't on point. They could very easily get on point, and they're shifting further and further left, which is just concerning because CSA could just roll up on this position here and get nice shots down at the Union, which is what you can't have as Union. If CSA controls this spot, unless they charge down, which I've seen before, Union, or rather CSA should have a good shot at winning. Eight minutes left. Union is taking losses. I mean, I know it's kind of like when you're actively inside something, when you're actively dealing with something, that's a better way to phrase that. When you're actively dealing with something, whether it be drama, leading a match like this, just any situation in general, vision can kind of be blinded. Reflection is often not a priority at the moment because you're dealing with the whole situation, right? It's only afterward where you can start reflecting, kind of see things, but we're really watching a repeat of last round, just on a completely different map, a very different terrain. And the CSA has not changed based on what I've seen so far. They have not changed their strategy. I mean, Union did block this with a cannon. They plugged that hole, but they don't have a flag. But 5 minutes of the counterattack have gone through, and we have not seen CSA consolidate at all. They have not tried a big effort to retake the point. And it's obviously going to be very hard to communicate live in game by sending runners. Those runners could die, but it's very hard to communicate. But you need to, there needs to be a, and maybe there isn't, but you have to find a more efficient way to have communication be active throughout defenders during a counterattack. Or during coordination, have a good pre-plan going into the round for what happens. Like, if they counterattack, we need to meet up here and do something. Because the strategy of the CSA the past 2 rounds is unsustainable for any match. And a big part of the Union's success on the ground has been these groups up here really distracting and preventing CSA artillery from doing what it does best. Because instead of the CSA artillery shooting down the hill, they're all aiming their guns at this group here. And I mean, it looks like they only have 2 guns, 3 guns operational right now. Which is not, oh, 4 actually. Missed that one in the shadow, but you'd have some CSA starting to make a effort to try to take the point, but unfortunately they're by themselves. 20th Georgia and 4th Texas guys have the right idea here. 7th LA, this is going to be a bad approach. They do have the shade, which I can give them that. They're not sitting in the sun. Shade gives you a lot of cover. I mean, we can kind of see it from Union side here. I mean, with the sun and everything, like, you can't see anything. They're hidden. Even when I'm zoomed in, these guys are hidden. So it's not a terrible spot, actually. But that charge not really turning out to be much other than a shootout. But CSA is capping the point, because remember, Union being on that side is not on point. You do have the first LAB. Big numbers here. They charged down this side here, maybe with some others that didn't make it, but they're starting to get around the Union left. And is Union going to try to hold the point? 14th Indiana is on the point. They're taking it back. More Union crowding onto the point now. And Union wants to hold it. Unlike last round. Charge is happening on top of the hill right now. And CSA is going to take this, and so artillery for CSA is going to be able to do what they want, and the infantry that's up here for CSA is going to be able to focus on the bottom side of the hill. Speaking of that, look at it. Yeah, the flag bearer was looking at it a second ago, but
yeah, I'm not gonna can't watch this.
I mean, Union is a very nice spread out line, which is what you need to kind of have for this. And then similarly, look at the CSA viewpoint here of a dead guy. He wasn't dead a moment ago, but now he is. So, anyways, Union is holding in a very risky spot. CSA further getting on the Union left. And this is the prime spot for CSA where these guys are at. I mean, Union is in a very crappy spot that you can actually be seen by a lot of... Someone's artillery hit them. But Union needs to take the top of this hill.
Kind of skirmish-ish.
Or they could just hold this bottom area. I mean, it's really going to depend on how well CSA reforms here. Because Union has a lot of guys crunched up here when we come to the 3-minute mark now in this counterattack. It's just traditionally holding down here in the open to cap the point is really bad, just because CSA has a great spot up there, and as Union is very hard shots. So CSA is starting to inching more and more to the point. You have a lot of guys moving up to the top of the hill. The group we saw flanking now moving up. You have 7th LA going that way as well. The infantry from the top of the hill collapsing down now. And CSA is going to retake this point. But 21 minutes of middle taking losses is good for the attacking team, I would say, on time. I mean, you're going to hit the CSA in the braking, but
Skirmish right.
Actually, we should probably hold it back.
Shoot him.
And CSA is going to retake this point. Now, if I'm Union, I take the woods right now. You got to take the woods here, because the problem is it's going to be hard for Union to hit the point from everything in this viewpoint. The Union can efficiently take the point by running up through the woods, getting up on these rocks, and hitting the CSA flank. It's the best way to do it. And the CSA has left the woods wide open. They have to retake the point. 1 minute and a half left on the counterattack, but it looks like CSA is going to retake it within probably 15 seconds. And the Union team is still trying to contest it with a lot up top.
Maryland, spread it out.
Defending here.
And Union's not going to be able to retake this. They do not have the numbers, and the CSA has the better ground. Regardless, though, CSA is going to regain some tickets here, and we'll see what Union does. Ball's back in Union's favor. And unlike, I don't know, Union's still trying to hold this. Why? I get the, yeah, again, there's a lot of things going on here. Trying to communicate everything can be hard, but holding down there ain't going to work. Union is trying to move down the road right now. Second U.S. Sharks, but they are just outnumbered.
Fire! Up and over to the left, second. Up and over. Oh, goddamn, we can't up and over here.
Oh, the guy said up. Oh, okay. Well, he said up and over to the left and went to the right. Is maybe in the terms of the other direction, but point is being won by Union, and that's mostly because CSA that pushed out to the center here are back into the woods. You also have some pushing off to deal with the guys down the road. Is Union going to early cap again, or is CSA going to prevent them from capping? We'll see.
I have an idea. Two-man spacing. Yeah.
If they recap point, we shouldn't retake it. We should try and drive them into flat stand.
That's a base take.
It's only one, and we'll have time.
That is such a base take.
No,
we'll have
more than 2 minutes.
I want to see it.
It's loud since they all fired.
And they're not going to.
It depends if they cap it on. It depends if they cap on breaking or on taking losses.
Well, if they cap on breaking, it's over. But yeah.
Check.
Base take. I love it.
No, I meant.
I really want to see it. I talk about that so much, and I act like it's a normal occurrence based on the amount of times I talk about it, but it never happens, and I want to see it happen. It just never happens, and so it's nice to see. It's like when you win a really hard map. You never see it, so it's nice to see. So Union team pulling out of the open field. You can see the Confederate artillery just starting to knock them down, and the CSA fire is going to overwhelm you, and Union is going to hit breaking first with CSA up by a third of a morale stage. Union just getting completely soft. I mean, Union's all bunched up in a tiny area, and CSA is very spread out, shooting all in one area. So even if one guy misses, the next guy is going to hit that shot.
65th, this way. Get to the left. It's Kennedy, get to the left. 65th, fall back, regroup.
Wow. Union needs to hit that wood side right now. This is going to be the longest broadcast I think I've ever done.
Yeah, I should get it.
And I think CSA is playing this perfectly. First LEB, 5th Alabama shifting off to their right side, the CSA right side of the line. And CSA's got to hold the woods at this point. And they're starting to spread out. They got to put some guys on the woods because that's where Union should be pushing next. However, CSA basically pulled off the point with their entire team. First South Carolina is pushing down here, which They have some tickets to burn, but again, you don't want to risk anything.
Ford, if you're here, shift left back to the woods.
There's our battle buddy.
Back to the woods.
First Sergeant Stinky has the line for it. Shift left, shift. Get to the woods over here. Shift left, shift for it.
Get the left, yeah.
They're going into the woods again. I mean, based on the last time I saw Colquitt's with this event, it would not surprise me if the Union shot the CSA down to breaking and then Union tried to take the point where they just tried to a moment ago. And if Union does that, what happened last time too is when the Union did that, CSA charged down the hill when they had the point in their hand. So that was a mess. I mean, the CSA responded very well this. They've been slow, but they've responded pretty dang nice. Union is capping point here. Are they going to wait till they hit breaking? Let's see.
Random says he's a follower of SNATCH, therefore he is a heretic.
Stop
Bro, I actually have never watched the game.
Let's go back to the snake fence, Cab. Back to the snake fence, Cab.
Okay, so they're pre-capping. Okay, I like that. Could see CSA starting to move out to make sure they're capping point. They don't want to risk this, and so a good response from CSA, a quick response too, which I like to see.
Southwest, one click south.
Yep. Keep coming right, please. Keep coming right, TKO.
TKO, it seems like Union is trying to turtle in the woods to the south-southwest.
Yep.
Hey.
15 minutes almost on this clock.
On these rocks,
They're not pushing up to the woods. Well, I mean, CSA is going to be hunkering down around this point, and maybe up here in the woods. And so the best way is to go through the woods. The woods. But we're now at 15 minutes. Union's at breaking, right? Confederates any moment now are going to hit that. 15 minutes, you have plenty of time as Union knock them down. Obviously outside of hitting final push and dropping down the timer to 4 or 5 minutes. But 3rd Kentucky, 7th LA shifting over to the right side right now.
Get to my left.
And it looks like they are just securing the woods even more, which is a very good play from CSA.
They're right in the open.
Inside.
Only get him in breaking by about 11 or 12, we should be in good shape.
Keep that fire up. Keep that fire up.
I really want to know what the Union plan is for the rest of the game. Oh,
I think we go for it. I think we go for it here. Maryland, fall back, get your load in like 15 seconds.
Alright, they're saying they're going to go for it. Now, I don't know if that means in the woods or in the open. We'll see. And we'll see if they do it as a team, because they're doing it on the left side, but does the 4th New Jersey know what's up?
On the star, hey, on the star.
I don't think this is going to work. I'm glad that they're doing something as a team. Some are charging up actually. Oh, it looks like they're trying to knock him in the breaking with this charge here on the 7th Tennessee. And while the rest of their team rolls on the point, and then hopefully those things happen simultaneously. CSA is still having full control of that point. Yeah, they have guys on top of that hill right now. This is going to be very hard for Union to take. Union isn't on point. I hope Union should just charge up the top of the hill and take that top of the hill spot. That would be great too. More CSA reinforcements splashing over here. 7th LA. 19 Georgia. I have a gun. I've never seen a gun up here, but there's a gun up here. Okay. You know, as much as I critique Union for not charging through the woods, this is working very well for them.
Red light, red light.
They need to get in there though, so they can start winning the point if they want. But sitting and shooting here is fine. The big concern is CSA artillery. A lot of CSA are just sitting over here. They see the point fully capped, so they're not worried. There we go. Union's going in. Let's go.
Up and over.
Let's go. Points being won by Union. Union could just win it right here. CSA are going to start panicking any second. They're going to start moving over. Union's going to win this church here.
Press T, press T, press T. On the stone wall.
One CSA flag down, maybe two. Nope, just one. And CSA is going in the field, which he should not be doing. Similar to how I said the Union should charge through here, same thing with CSA. Same exact thing. Oh, I like this charge from Union inside the wood line. 4th New Jersey. Making sure the CSA is focused on you instead of on the point. It's also going to bring their tickets down. CSA just in a shootout over here. I don't know if they're on point or not, but they're going to have to move in very soon. You got CSA coming down from Maine. I think they're going to have enough time to get in there. Some Union moving down the hill right now. Maybe for the flag's sake.
They might be north, actually.
Serpentine, spread it up. Move through.
Watching that point, it's still going in Union's favor. Union coming out of the woods too, and they're going to be on point, but CSA is winning this point back. They've won the top of the hill. Tickets are a little closer, but not by a whole lot. Some counter battery just happened.
Shift right, guys.
Hey, Billy, where you going?
And a lot of these Union guys are not on point, and they're starting to win it back. Ooh. I mean, Union definitely has bodies right now if they all went on point. But, yeah, you can see they're starting to win it, and most of them aren't even on point right now. So they could win it from the bottom side. Points being won back, though, by CSA. They got all 4 flags up here. Respawning guys in very quickly. That's going to be hard for Union to overcome.
Yeah. Move back, get reloads on the fin. You shot at the edge, pull it back. Hold the line.
Wow. I don't think Union is going to be able to pull this out unlike last one. Unfortunate. Again, I think the woods is wide open. They can push this again if they want. This option over here is going to be worse, though, out of the two, just because they're pushing up a wide open field. Hey, that's a nice Union artillery shot, but going through the woods. Are they charging down? I said this 10 minutes ago.
Straight on at him! Let's go!
I don't... Oh, Union's actually retaking the point. Never mind. The charge is a fine idea. I didn't see that. Good, great shot through CSA artillery. I gotta look back at that footage to see if CSA started charging. CSA artillery, these are perfect time shots, but... Okay. Confederates have 15 guys at artillery, Union having 6. That definitely has a big part to do with that. But never mind. I remember last time though, CSA had firm control of the point, I think. But that was a long time ago. But holy cow, that might be the longest broadcast. Most certainly the longest broadcast of 2024. But Union won, which was surprising, especially just holding down there. I haven't seen that work in a long time. But regardless, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have our Patreon where we live stream all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. We also have our Discord and merch down there as well. But this was a long and very surprising 2 rounds, but good nonetheless. I think it's great. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.